forests and forest certification, as as it relates to sustainability, has increased significantly in the consciousness, particularly among companies. Companies around the world are recognizing not just the impact that they have on natural resources and the environment, but they're also recognizing that ultimately it's probably not going to be regulations that are going to change the world. Regulations often are following business practices rather than the other way around. Especially in the United States, where we have some real, global leadership in this area. So, I think many of these companies are recognizing just how important forests are to the health of the planet.
In today's marketplace, many companies that produce products that we use every day are taking more responsibility, corporate social responsibility, for the products that they use that emanate from our forests. One clear example of that is the SFI Forest Partners Program. Time Inc., National Geographic, Macmillan, Pearson, those are the founding members of the Forest Partners Program. And what the Forest Partners Program does is allow market leaders to support forest certification as well as landowners and manufacturers into certified global markets through the certification of forests as well as SFI certified sourcing and chain of custody. By collaborating on shared objectives and linking market leaders directly to stakeholder groups, SFI and our forest partners are working together to strengthen forestry practices in the field and procurement practices within the supply chain through certification.
Our specific interest in doing this was the fact that we had made a commitment to have all the paper that we use for the magazine, for the other 4 magazine titles, which are Traveler, Kids and Little Kids magazines, and all our catalogs to be on 100% certified fiber. Well, I felt it was kind of strange to say we need to have certified fiber if we didn't then turn around and say, if we're going to be a consumer and demand it, then we need to be a player in making sure that more is available, not only for us, but for others. Because we, again, walking the talk, the goal in walking the talk in our sustainability initiative is to be a leader and to lead by example. And if we're going to make this a commitment to 100% certified fiber in all of our paper, then we ought to also be setting an example and hopefully have other people follow suit. So the idea is the more certified fiber we use, the more we need to make sure it exists for future generations and other players.
The Sustainable Forestry Initiative's request for labeling, that is, request for the labels which indicate that these forest products have emanated from sustainably managed forests, we've seen those requests grow by 5 times over the last 7 years. And so we believe that this is a real evidence of growing awareness in the marketplace of the need for sustainably managed forest products. And so SFI, of course, has been able to show evidence of that through the marketplace.
I think probably the most important activity to begin with in kind of connecting with your land and understanding the values and making good plans and goals for the land is that management plan that I mentioned. So again, it's a requirement in our standard that a management plan be in place, but it's the process of developing that management plan, and if an inventory is necessary, but developing those goals and objectives, understanding what it takes to protect those important values in the forest, maintaining ecological functions and integrity, respecting community rights, etc. All those sorts of things will get laid out in that plan, and the process of developing that plan is a great opportunity for the landowner to connect with their forests.
Landowners the land that they own is an important heart place for them. It's a place with which they often have long ties or new ties, and they're excited about being owners of their land. And so working with a forester through the American Tree Farm System provides them with the expertise and tools and perspectives that they need to be effective stewards of the land. One of the key things that the American Forest Foundation and the American Tree Farm System do is work with families around successional planning to help ensure that those forests remain in forests and and provide benefits for not only the families that own them, but also for the broader community. Clean air, clean water, habitat for wildlife, and the character of rural communities are all tied to family forest lands. And for that reason, we all have a stake in the good management of these lands.
FSC and FSC certification certainly is designed to for a consumer is your way of paying forward, so to speak, to protect forests for future generations. That's really what this is about. I think a consumer of an FSC certified product can feel that they, in purchasing that product, can feel that they've made their contribution to protecting forests, to conserving forests, to maintaining the ecological function and integrity of that forest, and protecting the forest communities that depend on that forest's well-being.
Forest certification is recognition and the distinguishing of good forest management in the marketplace as well as in communities. With our program, with the American Tree Farm System, landowners are able to display that sign of good forestry and be recognized by their communities for the great work that they do. But it also gives them a space for their stewardship to be recognized in global markets that are increasingly demanding verification that fiber is coming from sustainably managed forests.
I think buyers are increasingly interested in forest certification is because globally there are very concerning issues such as conversion, deforestation, use of illegal logging, and they want to know that they aren't participating in that. They want to know that they're participating in this great thing called forestry that's a renewable resource and that they're part of the solution. And forest certification standards are just that. They're a part of the solution that customers are increasingly embracing.